RWA is already one of the strongest narratives in crypto right now. But when you combine it with DeSci, short for decentralized science, things get even more interesting. Instead of just tokenizing assets like real estate or bonds, this trend opens the door for communities to fund real scientific research, co-own the results, and benefit directly from the value they help create. In today's video, I'll explain exactly how RWA and DeSci work together, and later in the video, I'll share one of the most interesting projects leading this trend. Stick around, and without any delay, let's jump into the video. Before we talk about how this works, let's look at the problem it's trying to solve. Right now, most scientific research is controlled by big corporations. They decide what gets developed, they own the intellectual property, and they keep almost all the profits. For regular people, there's no way to take part or share in the results. On the other hand, crypto has its own problem. Most tokens today are purely speculative. Prices go up and down, but very few actually connect to real-world value. And that's exactly what investors are searching for. Something more tangible. This is where RWA and DeSci come together. They create a model where communities can fund innovation, own intellectual property, and earn directly from products they help bring to life. So, how does this actually work? You already know RWA, real-world assets, are about bringing real value onto the blockchain. DeSci, on the other hand, changes how research gets funded. Traditionally, labs rely on government grants or big company budgets to decide what projects move forward. But DeSci puts that power in the hands of the community. Token holders can vote on priorities, fund projects directly, and track results transparently. Now, when you combine RWA and DeSci, something powerful happens. Communities don't just support innovation, they own part of it. Tokens are directly connected to real intellectual property and real licensing revenue, giving crypto practical value beyond speculation. Now, let's discuss one of the most interesting projects already using this model: weed science. Weed science applies RWA and DeSci to the cannabis industry, which is growing rapidly, but is usually dominated by corporations. Here, the community decides what strains get developed, fund the research, own the intellectual property, and earn from licensing deals, all fully on-chain and transparent. The project partners with vetted labs and trusted growers around the world to create brand new hybrid strains with unique traits, flavors, and effects. And here's the important part: the community decides what gets built. Let's break down how it works in a simple way. It all starts with the community. Holders of the weed token vote on which research projects to fund. Once the votes are in, weed science works with legal, trusted labs to start developing the new strain. The labs then create unique hybrids based on what the community wants. Some strains might have high CBD for wellness. Others might focus on specific flavors and aromas. And some aim for effects like energy or relaxation. When the strain is ready, it's registered as intellectual property, meaning it has real-world value. That IP is then tokenized, and each strain gets its own token linked directly to licensing rights. Whenever the strain is licensed to growers, breeders, or dispensaries, the revenue goes back on chain, distributed to token holders in ETH or stablecoins. Everything is transparent, simple, and fair. What makes weed science special is how much control the community has. You don't just fund the research, you help shape the products. Token holders can vote on which traits to prioritize, like higher CBD levels, calming effects, energizing effects, or even unique flavors and aromas. This makes the entire process market-driven. The community decides what people actually want, and the labs deliver exactly that. It's innovation created with the community, not just for it. And everyone who participates benefits from the success. Weed science uses a dual token system to make everything simple and organized. The weed token is for governance. Holders use it to vote on proposals, decide where funding goes, and shape the roadmap of the ecosystem. Then there are the strain tokens. Each strain gets its own token tied to its intellectual property and licensing rights. Whenever a strain earns licensing revenue, holders get their share on-chain in Ethereum or stablecoins. There are no middlemen, and everything is fully transparent. And to make sure the process stays clean, weed science only works with fully compliant, vetted labs and growers. All projects are tracked using milestone-based reporting, so the community always knows where the funds are going and how development is progressing. And that's it for today. If you want to learn more about weed science and follow its development, their official website and social media links are available in the description below. Thanks for watching. If you've got any thoughts or questions, drop them in the comments below. I always read them. And I'll catch you in the next one.